share a little bit about this crazy, transformative, almost explosive Virgo Pisces axis, which for me is happening for, I think, almost 3 weeks. If I have to be accurate, the last solar eclipse was partial on the 19th of February, and now we have a full lunar eclipse on the 3rd of March today. So it's 11 days and 2 weeks, roughly saying. Of course, eclipse season, always we feel it slightly prior the event and some days after the event. So I'm foreseeing another week starting off today, and for me the energy was playing somewhat from the 13th or 12th of February. So let's say it's a month of very, very strong energetical passage. It's a portal, okay? That's why we're doing a ceremony, just to stay still as the planet seems to stay still in between the sun and the moon, as the eclipse actually happening this hour as I'm speaking, and I can feel it happening. I can feel it in my body. I could feel a very strong shift starting from yesterday evening. Still somewhat drained, still somewhat tired, but slowly starting to peel out of this heaviness that I was heavily pulled into. It felt like, for me, because it's a practice that I do since long time now. Whenever the emotion, whenever the energy of change, whenever the wave of transformation is coming in, I'm leaning into it, and that means I want to feel it stronger. I want to allow it to happen so I can get the fruits out of it. Because running away from it and turning away from it, it doesn't mean that things don't happen. It just means that we're less aware in the happening, amidst the process. So just a little bit about what's happening. What is it that's going on? Eclipse time is always it's always a phase of death and rebirth. And the reason I allow it to take over me, and I try to engage with it rather than turn away from it, because it's coming to help us. It's coming to support our growth. It's coming to lead us into the next version that, whether the eclipse would happen or not, within our deepest desires, it is sitting there waiting for us to act upon. So whenever this passage is happening with this huge discomfort that we're going through, it is actually a huge opportunity, because it's very easy in the comfort to stay comfortable, right? It's so nice, it's sunny, and you have good mood, and everything's going nice, and there is no eagerness to change anything, right? That's logical. But when you are in a discomfort, almost a painful state of being, which holds one day and another day and another day and another day, or just not on your good side, then maybe it's more logical to say, you know what, I gotta change something. I gotta stand up, I gotta move I gotta twist, turn, I gotta realize something. So Virgo is very down to ground, very much down to ground, very much planetary energy, very much manifesting into reality, very pragmatic, very material, very focused to the physical, very can also say perfectionist. And Pisces, on the other side, the axis of any eclipse, where the moon and the sun, and every full moon as well, where the moon and the sun is exactly opposite to each other, that means that we have to look which sign is on the opposite of Virgo, of the full moon. So the sun is in Pisces, very, very spiritual, very abstract, very emotional, very deep, very dreamy, very unorganized. So it's the opposite of Virgo, right? And so this time, this axis is literally bringing us to ask what dreams, what spiritual or imaginative or creative or visionary parts of us are ready to be implemented into reality, are ready to be grounded. No more as an idea, no more as a hidden passion, no more as a passing thought, no more as a, yeah, it would be nice if. Rather, becoming something that we stand up every day and we act upon. And yes, it always means there will be an amount of effort that might be, again, uncomfortable. We might also acknowledge some truths about ourselves, about the way we act, about the way we are, about the amount of stable, organized attitude we have towards our dreams. So we have to confess where we are and what we are willing to change so that our dreams will become realistic existence, real matter. The axis of manifestation, right? So it's very common to see around these times. I see it every year now. It's about 10 years that I'm observing these processes, and therefore I'm allowing myself to talk about it and to share about it, because I feel that I have a sense of this pattern of how things go. And it doesn't mean I'm mastered it, doesn't mean I'm any more acknowledged than so many other people. They're really, honestly, they're real professionals to watch and learn from. I'm just sharing my personal human experience and how I see it happening and going on as I drive. So yes, these times will ask us to let go of anything that does not fit this version that we are willing to become. Because if we say taking an idea, a vision, and make it a reality, we have to create space for this. So we have to let go of aspects of ourselves which can come in form of relationships, habits, choices, daily routines. Virgo is very daily, practical stuff that we're doing, holding space for. And separations are difficult and painful sometimes. And so we have to be willing to face them with honesty and say, you know what, this habit, this relationship, this activity, I'm no longer interested in. Some of them will happen more naturally. There will be some natural catalysts for the falling apart to happen. Some of them will need actual initiative on our side. And the guide will always be the emotion leading. So if it's a activity or a relationship or a habit or a way of behaving, maybe it's not saying, you know what, I don't want to have this relationship anymore, rather than how do I want to be in this relationship. This is also a change, and this is also a shift. Or if it's your work, maybe it's not about changing the work that you're doing, but rather the how you are doing it, in which ways you are doing it. So the changes might be small, but the effect is enormous. And then some changes could be also big, for sure. Maybe you decide to stand up and relocate. Maybe you decide to finally go and study your dream work and become whatever it is that you want to become. In any case, what I find through my personal experience is that these times, and that's why I'm no longer afraid to hold that space. There is a sensation that everything freezes, everything stops around, and it might be very, very heavy, and it might be very frightening because it feels as if you're almost losing your identity. You're vaporated into nothingness, which is in a way a taste of whoever is meditating and practicing becoming one with the whole. It's exactly the opposite of our ego, right? Because our egoistic ecosystem, which is our character and who we are and what we do and how we move day to day, becoming nothing, it can be scary. You feel like you're losing essence, you're losing reason, you're losing grip from everything, and you're honestly drifting in chaos because there is no order. These seasons are meant for a transformation. When we become nothing, there becomes this space, we find the gap to slide out what we're no longer resonating with and drift in the new that we are willing to become. I hope it's clear the way I describe it. I hope you can get me. So I feel that the next week is still gonna be pretty emotional, because Pisces is a pretty emotional, because the sun is moving now out of Aquarius, very mental. The last 2-3 weeks, super mental, over mental energy, heavy, like couldn't get out of my mind. Mostly I have this access to just slip out of the thought and just enjoy my body, enjoy the freedom, enjoy the movement, enjoy the feelings, the sensations, and allow the day to move on, flow from one thing to another. But when you're stuck in your head, heavy energy. So we're moving out of this into feeling. Pisces is very much about feeling, sensing, flowing, being, almost flying, imagining, creating. But then the Virgo is still pulling us downwards and asks us not to be just fairies with ideas and imagination and illusions maybe, but rather grounding these ideas into existence and making actual steps. So if it is, I want to dance more, or I want to, for me is I want to dance more, and I want to guide dancing classes, and I want to play music, and I want to guide more ecstatic journeys, and I want to lift up. I want to share my light in a lifted way, not just in a healing way, not just in an introverted way, right, but also in an extroverted way, because I have this huge part of me. So this axis is asking us to look on the parts that we know they exist, we know we have them, but they were hidden in the dark. And now this inner wheel, this inner desire to be seen also with that part, is being asked to be grounded in reality with practical moves and choices and initiation on our side, to be seen, to be moved into the stage, into the front of our life. I want to highlight something for the ones of us that are maybe going through such experiences, and allowing this gap to take space, allowing this process to happen. Hold the stillness. Don't freak out. Don't freak out from the fact that you are being almost undressed from your own skin. Trust that this unraveling, this nakedness that you're experiencing is soon to be over, and you will find a better suit that fits you much better, and it fits the vision that you have for your life. These passages, this eclipse times, they are meant for us to hold this stillness, and we should not be afraid of it. We always, amidst this stillness, we face ourselves and our shadow selves, and without that stillness, we don't have the potential to integrate that shadow self into the light. We need that space, that stillness. The endless, restless doing just pulls us out of it. Now, I know that I'm speaking to a very certain part of us. Some of the people that are not looking, they're not interested in it. They're fine with the stability of it, and that's fine. That's normal. It's okay. But the ones of us that cannot control the openness, the receptiveness, hiding away from it will only take it, it will only make it worse, because our navigation system works differently. And I'm going to finish up with a little bit of laughing. because lately I have a love in my life that is a big opposite of me in so many ways. He's so stable, he's so organized. I call him sometimes boring because we allow ourselves to laugh about it all. Relationships are not easy, they're beautiful, they can be easy, they can be less, they're challenging. For me, relationships are always catalysts for growth. They're always the place where I want to come and shed another layer, reveal another part of my own self, because it's a mirror to the self. And so if he's the boring, stable, the organized, I'm the bipolar. I'm the crazy one. I'm the one that can be very much active and doing it. And then eclipse season arrives and I lose my head and I cannot stick to the plans. Maybe I'm crying, maybe I'm bad, I don't want to speak, I don't want to eat, I just want to sit quiet in my yard and be in nothingness. Maybe I have heavy emotions, maybe I want to cry, maybe I want to, whatever it is. So yeah, I think I've said it. We're doing a ceremony now. It's gonna be about 1 hour. The ones of us that are sensitive and are receptive, it's really important for us to remember that we're not alone in the process. It's really important for us to share and stay open with our experience. And therefore gathering together, holding space for the change, for the transition, acknowledging the fact that we are just small particles here on planet Earth. Things are moving around us, shifting around us. The energies are enormous. The ones of us who are connected to the moon, to the tides of the water, I really wish for you in any way that you feel guided, that you feel connected, that you feel more grounded. I think it's definitely time to be connected to the above and the below. Allow your mind to open up. Allow yourself to visualize your dream, but then ground it. Use whatever grounding tools and techniques that you can imagine. Go barefoot on the ground. Sit for a silent moment. Eat nourishing foods. Do some eye gazing with a human being. Maybe you can gaze a candle, anything that brings you back to the body, to the now, because we're looking to be somewhere in the middle, amidst the above and the below. I'm sending all of us so much love and so much courage and so much honesty and truth and so much self-dignity to be whatever it is that you are designed to be. Because if you are not the stable one, if you are not the very organized one, if you are more of a bipolar one, if you are more of a crazy one, all of us, we are serving a certain mission in this life, and we are all completing the whole particle that is called the collective. Give your gift to the world. Don't try to change yourself. Don't try to become whatever you are not. Being your authentic, true self is the biggest gift we can give to ourselves and to the rest of the world. Because the boring one, he needs your inspiration. And the crazy one, he needs the stability. And it is right in romantic relationships, it is right in partnerships, it is right in collectives. Peace and love and hugging all of us, however we are. ground and facing up above.